guys, today I'm going to tell you about my 4 favourite foundation brushes, and these are they. So I've done some brush collections and brush reviews in the past, but I've never really done kind of my favourite of a specific type. And there are certain brushes that I like for eyes, etc. But really foundation brushes is where I struggle, because generally I do apply my foundation with my fingers because I just didn't like many foundation brushes that I tried. Flat foundation brushes for me are horrendous, they leave so many streaks. I tried a really stiff kabuki brush and I just felt like it was moving the foundation around my face. Really persevered with that one as well. But these are the ones that I like the most, and so I thought I would just kind of go through them all, tell you what they are and tell you why I like them. So I'm going to start with the ones that I would actually apply my cream foundation with, or liquid foundation. The first one is this one, it's the e.l.f. powder brush. You could use this for maybe a mineral foundation powder, but I wouldn't use this to actually apply my regular powder that would set my foundation. That would be a bit strange for me, because I think that I would apply it too heavily and I would just want a thin covering, which I'll get onto on the end. But the e.l.f. powder brush is fantastic for just kind of, it's so soft, it's got a lot of flexibility. You can see there that it's not too stiff, so it's not just going to be moving things around, it is really going to buff it onto the skin. It just leaves such a beautiful finish. If I was applying for someone else's foundation, I would probably go for this one first of all, because it feels so lovely and it feels so much more expensive than it is. I think when I purchased this it was £3.50, not sure if the studio line's gone up in price, but it's a very, very good deal. So if you are ordering something from e.l.f. online anyway, and unfortunately in the UK e.l.f. is just available online. I know that you can sometimes find it in TK Maxx and such, but specific things you can really only order online, unfortunately, whereas in the US you are very lucky to be able to get it at various places. So I would say if you are already ordering something from e.l.f. To get this. In fact, those of you who are thinking of making an order, I might do a kind of, if you were going to order something from e.l.f., get these things kind of thing. Because I know that you don't just want to order one thing, so you've got to pay for postage and stuff. So the next thing that I would apply my cream foundation with would be this one, and this is very dirty because I've used it this morning, so apologies. But it's the buffing brush from Real Techniques. Lots of people have raved about this. You can use it for various things. This for mineral foundation would be beautiful, but I like this for most liquid foundations, just because this, again, the same as the e.l.f. one, it's a very, very similar brush. It's not obviously flat, but it's very, very similar. In that it's got a lot of flexibility to it, and it feels so soft on the skin. It just feels like it's really getting it in there, and if I want a slightly heavier coverage I would probably use this one over the e.l.f. one, but I use this most of all just because it's smaller, easier to clean, I don't know, and this is a little bit easier to get your hands on. It is available in Boots, maybe Superdrug, I don't know, but Boots, you can get better deals online, but Real Techniques is the Samantha Chapman Pixie Woo brand if you didn't know. This e.l.f. small stipple brush is really, really good for the kind of drier foundations that I might use, like mousses or that Fit Me stick from Maybelline. I'll put that on and I just kind of buff it out, and because it is a bit more powdery, this just seems to work really, really well. I don't know what it is, I can't explain it, but it works really well for me with those particular foundations, and if I was going to use a mineral, I would probably reach for this one over them all, because it just kind of really gets in there and you could really work it into your skin because it's a very small brush. Another great thing for this is that you could have it in your bag for touch-ups because it's very, very small, and it works really well for powder as well. Lastly, I do want to talk about the brush that I use for my powder every single day. I have a few of these, but this one is the Sigma Duo Fiber F50. You can get these from anywhere. Loads of different brands make this basic thing. Real Techniques recently brought out their own Duo Fiber range, which I really want to try, because you can get those, as I say, in stores, whereas things like Sigma and e.l.f. are already available online. There are various sellers actually in the UK that you can get. I think Love Makeup does it, maybe Cocktail Cosmetics, but otherwise you'd have to buy online. From the US, and then there's always the chance of customs charges and things like that. So you can normally get deals in the US, and I believe Black Friday they do free shipping, so look out for that because that's coming up very soon next month. But anyway, this brush I use every single day for my powder because it just picks up a little bit of product because it's got the real fine Duo Fiber brush tipped. It just picks up a little bit of product and just lightly applies it, so if you don't look too cakey but you just want a little bit of smattering of powder, let's say, then this kind of brush is really, really good for that. So I hope that this was useful. I know that not all of the brushes are easily available, so apologies for that, but there are definitely lots of different versions. It doesn't have to be these specific brushes. The only one that I would say is probably this one that you're not going to find everywhere. This one, it's so worth buying this online. e.l.f. also do a stipple brush, like a big stipple brush, as well as the little one. So you could probably get all of these kind of brushes from e.l.f. if you weren't going to order online, you didn't want to just order one or two things because of the delivery charge. And e.l.f. brushes are really nice quality. The only thing I would say is that when I've ordered from the cheaper range at e.l.f., sometimes they do differ. I've ordered 2 brushes and they look completely different. They're cut slightly different, and you know, you do get what you pay for in that respect with e.l.f. But yeah, I hope this was useful, and if you want me to do a follow-up on kind of cheek brushes or eye brushes or anything, then I will. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!